up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 192. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Trav.
I'm here with Adam.
This week we watched Bad Santa.
I mean, the baddest Santa, am I right?
This fucking movie's hilarious.
It is, dude. Like, and
I forgot how good it was.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in several years, but the jokes fucking, they hold up, dude.
Dude, like, remember at the beginning, whenever they're at the first mall?
Yeah.
And then, maybe that was the first one where that Indian dude comes up to him.
Yeah.
He's like, "Look here, motherfucker." Dude, I die, man, every time.
So
his attitude, dude, he was perfect for this movie.
Yeah, he was.
What's great about it, man, like you got this, you got this comedy heist movie.
Yeah.
Rated R as fuck.
Then you got the kid.
Yeah. Oh man.
Fucking this kid though, right?
Kid.
Yeah.
Thurman Merman.
I mean,
Thurman Merman.
That's your
Jesus
fucking
Christ,
name.
Kid.
Change
like
it.
even he's thinking I would fucking pick on you.
Yeah, right. But it's one of those, like not really coming of age stories, but it's like they bonded over the weirdest.
It's such a positive movie.
Yeah.
Covered in such like vulgarity.
Yeah, really.
You see this real piece of shit guy kind of come through for this kid a little bit.
Yeah.
But in like the most hilarious fucking ways.
He said, so he's a butt fucker. And dude was just like,
you ain't gonna shit right for a month.
Yeah. She's like, I ain't coming over there. Yeah. It had a great
cast, dude.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I watched it when it had that chick from Seventh Heaven in there. The you ain't gonna shit right for a week later, whatever. I was like, never would have expected that actress to be in something so filthy.
Yeah.
Was that Mrs. Claus' sister?
Yeah, it just blew my mind.
She was looking right though, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I'm just
straight
saying.
banging Santa. What was she saying when she was riding him?
Fuck me, Santa. Fuck me, Santa.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. She's like, if you haven't noticed, I've kind of got a thing for Santa Claus.
Some issues. Some
He's
Santa
like, yeah.
issues.
Yeah. Some sissues.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's just the story itself is just so good, and then on top of all that, you get like this fucking piece of dog shit human that is just like he doesn't have anything to live for.
No,
you know what
he
I'm
don't give a
saying?
fuck.
No, and then he finally gets something to live for, like by the end of but then it's almost too late. Like he's fucking up, and all this other shit's going on, and it all comes together.
Yeah, if you notice, like as the movie, as they get closer to the last job there.
Yeah.
And he's like drinking more. It's almost like, don't you feel like he's almost sad that he's got to leave?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
It's like, he never gets to hang around anywhere.
Yeah. Because he's got to split town.
Yeah.
Dude.
And keep a, low profile. I mean, a clean record.
Yeah. Impeccable.
Yeah.
He says, there's going to be hundreds of them. Little people. Picket signs.
Yeah.
They're going to be outside the mall.
He's like, well, you people. And he's like, what do you mean, you people? He's like, wait a minute. It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. How about we forget this conversation ever happened?
Good idea.
He said, I'm going to stick my whole fist in your ass. God,
so was this a revisit for you guys, or was any of this a first watch?
No, this was several times. Yeah, me too. This was a Christmas movie that I watched with my dad like every year for like from the time that it came out until like I don't know. Like we would get together and watch this, and we would watch like Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
And like Scrooged.
Yeah.
We had a couple of staples in there. You
this
know what
belongs
I'm saying?
in there, dude.
Yeah.
A rated R Christmas movie. Like
Yeah. But nah, but I didn't even fucking know they made a sequel
Yeah, that came out
a couple
3 or
years
4 years
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it when it came out, but like I don't
It
remember it.
just
I remember there was a scene where because it's got the kid in it,
Yeah.
and he's like 20 something, you know. And I
Right.
remember a scene where he comes in the hotel. One of them, somebody walks in the hotel, and he's trying to hang himself. Because as
God.
soon as he's tied he's on this like fixture on the ceiling or something. And as soon as he drops the thing out from under him, he just falls on the ground. It breaks. It's like, dude, you're such a fuck up. You can't even kill yourself, right? Like,
Yeah. Right.
I don't think the
yeah.
sequel did as well as.
Me and Deidre, we were skeptical about it when we watched it because we kind of knew it wasn't going to be as funny as the first one, which it wasn't. But it was still, it was what it was.
Yeah, a little more of the same, you know.
We still, but like I'll always appreciate it as just a one and done.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
Billy
may
Bob
have to.
Thornton kills it.
Yeah. Well, and this was kind of like Travis said last week, this was kind of my first exposure to Billy Bob as a comedic actor.
Yeah, other than
Because
Sling Blade.
well, but that was like unintentionally funny.
Yeah,
though.
and you didn't even
You know what
know
I
it
mean?
was fucking Billy Bob, really. Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just transformed.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that I watched him in growing up, you got that, and then you've got what was that black and white movie with fucking Halle Berry in it, wasn't she? It
Monster?
was yeah,
Was that
yeah.
it?
No, Monsters Ball.
That's it,
That was
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I just remember there
So
was a scene in that movie where he was straight banging her.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you get some stuff in there like, and Billy
Serious
Bob does,
flicks.
yeah, and he does weird stuff from time to time, but like, I just wasn't as a kid watching. Well, not really a kid, but as a young adult watching this, it's like I didn't know that he was capable of this kind of,
Raunchy.
Comedy.
yeah, well, just gold. Like his reactions and like, I mean, if he wasn't fucking drunk on set, then he damn sure knew what it was like to be an alcoholic, you
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah, he was in Armageddon.
yeah, I
A
mean,
Simple Plan.
yeah, yep,
A bunch of like serious movies, like some
yeah,
little action flicks. But yeah, that's the first one I saw him in where I was like, this dude's fucking hilarious.
yeah. Put him in more comedy,
Yeah.
Please. Has he had anything come out recently? Because I
The
haven't.
last time I had read or seen anything on Billy Bob Thornton was when he was doing like his music stuff.
Yeah,
Well, I tell you, when he's on the road doing music stuff, he does not want you to ask about his movie career.
really.
Yeah.
What was that
Oh,
show?
yeah.
Wasn't he on a show called Goliath?
Yes.
That's the thing he did, yeah. And that was 2016 until 2020. He's done another he did another like little TV series, Make It Up As We Go. I guess the TV series in it, and I've heard that's good.
I mean,
I
might be
haven't
worth
seen
checking
it, but
out.
I mean, it's got him in it. He was really good in Fargo, y'all.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, and that's like the first season. He plays like a bad guy. He's like
Yeah.
a straight up hitman, dude. And there's this one scene where a cop pulls him over, and the cop, and it's like some Barney Fife fucking, one
Yeah.
bullet cop. And he comes up to the window and he's talking to him, and he's like, "You're gonna get back in your car and you're gonna leave." He tells the cop, he's like, "You're at a point in the road right now where it goes left and right. You're about to, you don't want to go down this road.
Right.
You need to leave." And the cop's like, "Okay."
Damn.
Yeah. He's
Straight
really
fucking
good in it.
tip.
Some of that calm, collected, but
Yeah.
calm, cool,
He
crazy.
cucked him, dude.
Never let Billy Bob cuck you.
Yeah, what is that? The Box Masters? That's his band, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Does he play drums? I think
I'm
he
not
plays
entirely
drums.
sure.
Well,
I think whenever I
if
saw
he-
him playing, he was playing the drums. And the music's okay. I mean,
that's what you
he
expect.
was singing. But yeah, you know.
But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, being a crossover entertainer,
Yeah.
uh, you know, you don't want your success in another field to be only like you feel like it's only there because of something, you know, something completely non-related.
Have you seen
like
that interview?
The
whole
I
band's
say,
sitting there, and it's this guy. I think he's real big in like Canada or something. And there's video of it. And he asked Billy Bob about his movies, and you can tell as soon as and the whole band's like, oh shit, like. And I'm pretty sure that Unknown Henson is in the group. I
Really?
think he was sitting there with him. I think he was at the time, but I may be wrong. This interview's pretty old, but as soon as the guy asked him, he's like, "Didn't we talk about this?" And it's like,
Yeah.
"Uh-oh." He's like, I thought, I'm here to talk about the band, and like, it's not all about him. It's
Yeah.
like, look, dude, we're here to play shows and promote our shows. I'm not gonna fucking come in here and talk about my movie career. That's not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And he had already
Which
discussed that with him.
Yeah.
Made it clear, because he did look like a dick. But it's like,
Yeah.
hey man, that's not why I'm here. Like,
Yeah.
and then as the interview's going on, it's like, that's the only reason I'm here right now. You want to talk about the movies?
Yeah. That's pretty fucked
Dude, the
up.
look on the band's face, like they were
Willie
all like,
T.
oh shit, like don't make eye contact with him.
Yeah.
He got pissed. We'll check it out sometime. It's funny, but
I'm down with that. I'm DT Dub, you know. But yeah, Bad Santa, man. I mean, it's just a great little fucking R-rated Christmas
dude.
film. I mean, there's nothing, I mean, it's just a story of a man and his child, but the child doesn't belong to him. So, he connects with the kid, finds something to live for,
Yeah. Hilarious.
And the chemistry and the comedy bits in this movie are great. And I feel like it's one of those things where this movie's chocked with so much of it that we'd pretty much read the film. pretty much read the film off to you. Like, it's just you got to watch it if you haven't. And it's been out so long that I feel like a lot of people probably already have.
2003.
Yeah.
But by all means, if it's not in your rotation of films to watch when the kids have went to sleep, it definitely should be.
Yeah, I can even remember like watching this with my grandparents, and they liked it. They thought it was funny. And that's a little edgy for them, But they thought it was funny.
Sure.
Like, it's and it kind of comes back around at the end. Like, he's like, fuck, what fucking elephant did he want? Like, remember when he fucked up he's like, what is it with you and the fucking advent calendar? Every time the kid was like, well, where do the reindeer sleep? And he's like, next to the shop in a stable. And he's like, is it not loud? And he's like, what's loud? And he's like, the shop. And he's like, fucking kid with the questions. Like, every time that would happen, the kid was just relentless with him. Like,
right.
But he's like this lonely ass kid. Like, I'll make you some sandwiches. Like,
yeah,
like the delivery.
Yeah, he did a great job.
It really is a lot of really just good comedic acting.
It's like, and it's just a kid, but his timing and being that just a little annoying kid, like, you got games on your phone, that perfect. Anytime where he was drilling his ass and he was like, what is this, a fucking test or something?
Yeah. What is it with you and the fucking questions, kid?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That first time when he goes in the house, dude, he's got that mask on, and he's like, is it just you two here? He was gonna fucking rob him.
Yeah,
man.
It was so fucking funny.
And just you and her?
Him laying in that bed, like drunk as fuck.
The kid's like,
and the kids asking him 1,000
the shit out of him.
He's like, he's like talking through the fucking barely open slit in his mouth.
Yeah.
Trying to fucking sleep.
Whenever the kid would walk up, like when he was doing the Santa Claus thing, the kid comes up, he's like, what do you want, kid? Just like, damn, dude.
So, what do you guys think the budget was?
I'm going to say 20.
So like around, I don't know, maybe 50.
It was 23 million
Wow.
with a box office return of 76.5
Oh, yeah.
million. So, I
It
mean,
was a home run.
by the numbers, man, it was a hit.
Yeah.
They did good too because they had a lot of star power, and then like, dude, shooting in those malls and shit, that ain't cheap.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's why I was thinking a little more. I was like, they did a lot of mall shooting and then different malls.
Yeah. By the way, kids, a mall
yeah,
is like is a
a bunch
collection
of stores in a
of
building.
shops inside of a building. Like you ain't got to go outside between stores here. It's all under the same fucking roof. And
we used to go there and shop for like Christmas.
Yeah, or hang out with our friends.
Yeah, just walk around and
it's where all the expensive stuff was.
Yeah.
Everything costs more at the mall.
Yeah. But that's the only place that you could get to FYE or Spencer's.
Yeah,
or...
Mark's Imports.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and don't think it's your anxiety kicking in when you're in some of these stores and you're a little overwhelmed. That's the breath tax. That, you know, it's just expensive to breathe.
Yeah.
In the mall.
I've done a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
At the malls.
Dude, I used to go to the mall like on a pretty regular basis.
You will not win those cars that's lined up. Like, just don't even.
I was always like, how do you get that car in here?
Admire and move along.
I'm like, did they build the wall around the car or build the car in the mall? Or...
No, they drive that bitch right in there.
This is the second movie this year, I think, that we've watched that primarily takes place inside of a mall. And I feel like we've had to explain what the fuck it is, you know?
Observe and Report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did we do Mallrats this year? No, I think that was last year, wasn't it?
I don't remember this year, dude.
Yeah.
Year's weird.
I don't either.
But damn, it was funny.
Another good movie that I was looking up here on the cast. Tony Cox, the dwarf
black dude,
guy.
yeah.
He was in Me and Myself and Irene. Like, he was funny as shit in that movie too. Yeah.
He's still around. I haven't seen him in a while.
I haven't either. Him and Bernie Mac's back and forth was fucking so fucking funny. He's like, I took shits bigger than you. He said, I'm gonna stick you all the way in my ass, like your whole body in my ass. That's just so fucking funny.
Bro, do y'all remember the scene in Beetlejuice when they got married?
Yes.
You remember the little guy that was with the skull?
Yeah.
That's him.
No shit.
When you go to his IMDb, it's got that picture. That's him in the little suit with the little skull hat. You know, the little.
Yeah.
The priest
That's
or whatever.
Cool. Yeah.
Like, damn.
That's awesome. He's funny, man. They need to get his ass in some more shit if he hadn't been anything in a while, because his fucking delivery is quick.
The last thing he did was some Pixar short films. He did a voice in 2018, and then Bad Santa 2 right before that. So
may have to. I need to watch Bad Santa 2.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's more of the same.
Absolutely. But it's one of those things where, since there's such a gap between the original and the sequel,
yeah,
it's just one of those things to like when you recommend it, it's just like, man, please watch the first one.
Yeah.
He was in Blank, man.
Oh God.
He played Midget, man. I'm only saying the name of the character.
I haven't watched Blank Man in a minute. Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And Spaceballs.
Was he in Spaceballs?
Yeah.
Dude, he's not that old, is he?
I would think so.
Year's weird, man.
He's from Alabama.
Whereabouts?
Uniontown.
That's cool.
Wow.
Good for
him,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
He is 62.
So when this movie came out, he was what, 50, in his late 40s, early 50s?
Yeah.
So, because the movie's about 20 years old now. So, yeah, he's in his 40s.
Yeah.
Dude, He's funny.
Oh yeah,
He could be an impractical joker. That's how funny
yeah.
he is.
But I think like if he was like everybody recognize him.
Yeah.
You've seen him in something. And a lot of
Yeah.
people either go to Bad Santa or probably like me, myself, and Irene because he's just got.
I
Once you see him,
think
it's like
I feel like those are because I feel like those are the movies that are most accessible
mhm.
Yeah.
to see his performances for sure. Probably the ones he is most noted for.
I
Which I
remember me,
mean,
myself, and Irene had those nunchucks. He whipped his
He
ass with
fucking
them.
oh dude, he started
Oh,
whooping his ass,
here's
dude.
another one he's in. Remember Friday
Yeah.
when he came home and Bernie Mac was in the house?
Yeah.
That's the first time they
Awesome.
went at it.
Yeah.
He kept
That's
chasing him out of
awesome.
there, threw a brick in his back window.
Yeah.
That shit was funny. Hell yeah.
But
I give it a star, man.
yeah, I'm giving it I mean, it's a Christmas classic, man. That's the thing about Christmas movies though, like all these movies that we're gonna watch besides Fat Man, we've probably seen like a bajillion times, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a Christmas story. It's a fucking coming, you know, it's a man finding his way in the world. It's like a coming of age story, but it's in reverse.
Yeah.
Like
Or it's opposite.
they're worth cataloging for the pod, man.
Oh yeah. And you get enjoyment out of it. You get to watch a funny movie. It's not like a serious movie or a movie you have to read or anything like that. No crazy double meaning or anything like that.
With
It's
these,
just
with the exception of Fat Man, these are movies that are all coming from an era where like these were, this was it was either like with Batman Returns being right smack dab, same with Santa Claus, but like, it's coming in right in that decade or so where it's what we perceived movies like what a good movie should be.
yeah.
Like our as far as I think it lays a lot of our foundation for our opinions and our approach to movies. At least how it was at first. I mean, I know after doing this with you guys for as long as we have now, it's definitely gotten more refined in a way, but you know,
Yeah.
it's the proverbial shit that shaped us.
Yeah.
This motherfucker had a career with the name Billy Bob.
I know, right?
What a name.
Where's Billy Bob from? He's from the South,
Hot
ain't he?
Springs, Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Yeah.
I bet he's like on his rider, he's like, don't talk about the fucking movies
Yeah.
and don't fucking call it Arkansas, bitch.
Don't
You know,
mention
like,
Bad Santa or Armageddon.
yeah. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep, you know?
Yeah.
Griffin.
But he's a good actor. Remember back in the day when he hooked up with Angelina Jolie
Oh yeah.
and they had the necklaces with the blood vial?
Yeah, they got
He had
really
her
crazy.
blood, she had his blood, and then they were talking about how in their house they had a Velcro wall.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is crazy. But dude, he hooked up with Angelina Jolie when she was hot.
Yeah. When she had them DSLs on fleek,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
I killed Travis on accident.
Oh man.
But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, full star for me as well, man. I mean, it's a fucking Christmas classic, dude.
It is. It's right up
I
there.
would say if you're trying to perfectly layer out your Christmas viewing, if you're doing a movie marathon, I'd come in clutch with this after watching something like Die Hard, which I think is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's on the list.
Yeah, it is. Well, and I think that Bad Santa really is the perfect Christmas movie this year because think about it, man. Look at all the crazy fucking nonsense that's happened this year.
Mm-hmm.
And like the state of the world, and like we don't even know who's president, like all this other crazy
Yeah.
shit. So it's like, what better way to compliment this year to get your head out of all the stupid shit that's going on than to sit down and watch a Christmas movie, but not your regular, like, it's Christmas, I'm going to spend time with my family because you might not be able to spend time with your family this
Yeah.
year for Christmas. You know what I mean? So watch some old man drinking himself to death, fucking people in the ass, and
Yeah.
cussing up a storm.
This is not a Christmas story Christmas year.
No, not at all.
This is the soul of the American adult on Christmas.
Yeah. It's the epitome of it.
Whether you're successful or not.
I forgot he did the Bad News Bears remake.
Yeah, Richard Linklater.
Yeah.
I watched it.
I saw it, yeah. Hard to beat that
He
original, but he did a good job.
Yeah, he did, and he kind of had a bad Santa thing going on.
Yeah,
in
he's
that.
a little drunk and
Yeah,
dude, when the kid was
everyone,
like, "Have you seen my
everyone in there.
advent calendar?" And he was like, "It's in the hallway." And when he brought it back, he was like, "It's got
it
candy
looks
corn in it."
different.
He's like, "Well, they can't all be winners."
Well, it's like, well, it's like everyone's like you're in a way you're able to relate to Thornton's character. He's just an exaggerated form of everyone just at that point where they just are just fed
Fed
the
up with
fuck
the
up.
year, dude. Just
You have the fuck-its for a
fuck
little
Christmas.
while. Everybody's been there.
Yeah, but yeah,
But
what
it's
you
done
get?
in such a hilarious way, and like you said, Griff, it's a great movie to start. It's a great movie to start your holiday season with before you get to full on everybody's around the TV. This is a good start, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You giving a full star, Trav?
Absolutely, man. It's a staple for me and my wife. It's always on the list. Like we'll watch it sometimes out of season, man. Like it's just a good comedy.
Yeah. They
And
don't make
so
comedies like this
No,
anymore.
dude, this was this
they
director's like second movie.
Great job.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wish there could be more movies in the vein of Bad Santa.
Yeah.
I mean, going forward, you know, because
Ah,
I feel like it would be hard for this movie to come out now,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of
and not necessarily with any one thing, but I feel like it wouldn't it wouldn't go as far because I mean, according to its box office and budget, it was a Hail Mary that hit.
yeah. Yep. Well,
And
and you got
it
to
was
think about
kind
the
of
time.
yeah, it was kind of in the back end of where raunchy comedy was slowly going to where it is now.
Yeah.
yeah, that was around like Super Bad and
I mean, this was before YouTube, this was before streaming and all that shit. So it had a good chance to survive.
I would
I'm a
like to see Billy
survivor.
Bob play another smartass comedy. I mean, he does a great
Yeah.
smartass dude. Like just
I
Yeah.
think like it always seems because going in and out of interviews and then seeing his performances and stuff, it's kind of easy to see that's probably easy for him to play
yeah.
simply because he probably channels so much angst he has against probably the entertainment industry itself.
Yeah.
They make him stand at the back of the line. He's like, "Motherfucker, I wrote Sling Blade.
Yeah.
Don't you know who I am?"
It was a fucking classic.
But yeah.
But Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we got to talk about this shit for a second,
I
right?
mean, this thing's got a lot of tape on this
New
package.
shit has come to light.
Yes.
Where do we start?
Well, I mean, old chick is like fucking on these people. They look like sand people, but they're tree people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they spare no expense on this episode of like they cut the bullshit with us meeting Ahsoka,
Yeah.
fucking main character of the episode number 1 that we see. Like
Yeah.
we see her before we even see Mando.
Yeah.
And just like
So
every Mandalorian episode, shows up somewhere looking for somebody, gotta do a mission.
yeah, somebody, dude.
Next
need to,
next quest.
Yeah.
yeah, they need to change it from the Mandalorian to permanent side quest. You know,
Well,
it's like
he did get an upgrade in this episode.
he did. Yeah, he leveled up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
for
leveled
sure.
up and gained a party member. Like I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta talk about this. Baby Yoda has a name now.
Oh,
right?
yes.
They
I
named it.
got a name. What
Little
did they
Yeet
name him?
is actually named Grogu.
Grogu.
Yeah, Grogu. Which is,
Fits him.
Yeah, so we now know that he somehow survived the purge. He was receiving Jedi training, so he does know what the fuck he's doing
Was
in a
Yoda
way.
training him?
I mean, that's all still a
he was
mystery.
there with Yoda, right?
Who managed to sneak him out?
Yeah, right. He's like a
Um,
peanut, dude. He clicks in the
I
back.
mean, and some of these questions, man,
Papoose.
I hope they never answer. I
Yeah.
don't want
Well, they gave you just enough.
Grogu or the child, Baby Yoda, little Yeet, little whoever you
Yeah.
want to call him,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I feel like at this, I mean, dude, he yeeted that fucking rhino, man.
Yeah,
I was
The minute I
surprised
saw
they
it,
gave
I
him
was
a
like, Lil
name.
Yeet. Yeah, and I feel like they did that so that people would stop calling him Baby Yoda, because Disney does not want you calling him that.
Yeah.
Like they've voiced their opinion with it too. Like they always make sure they like
Not Yoda,
I guess,
motherfuckers.
yeah. But he survived the purge. He managed to, I guess he stayed in exile throughout all of the original trilogy. And now he's here.
Which is crazy, man. I mean, he would have had to have been super, super young whenever they got him out of there.
He needs a translator, clearly.
Yeah.
Still
Which
speaks
is
baby.
weird. I guess like there has to be some sort of meditative connection. So Mando's gonna have to learn some stuff. It's feeling like they're trying to set up that Mando will somehow learn, if not become a Jedi, learn to do stuff.
Yeah.
He's stuck with the kid.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I kind of don't want them to do that, but it feels like they're pulling it that way.
well,
I just want them to reclaim that fucking sword and just be a badass Mandalorian, you know?
well, I think that it's the explanation that she gave in this, where it's like they're communicating more or less through the Force, and I think that that is the perfect way, in my opinion, that they threw that in there for more plot. So he can't communicate. So the only way for him to be able to communicate is if he finds someone that's going to allow him to communicate with the baby. So that's going to be like definite plot motivation. And it's also going to be a thing where it's like if they're able to freely communicate with one another, then I think that you're going to lose a certain layer of the show.
What would be cool is and just hear me out on this. We get it to where Mando can understand him, but we the audience never will.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the droids.
Yeah.
Anakin could talk to R2.
Yeah.
So could Luke. We never knew what was said. We only knew what was implied by their responses.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's the route they'll take if they do something to where there's some way that Mando and him can have more established communication, because they're clearly bonded to each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, through the whole silver ball, like, you know,
Yeah. Well,
all
she
of
told him,
that.
she's like, "You're like a father figure, dude. Like you can't leave him.
Yeah.
He's with you." And then, like she said, like he had training, but over time, like you kind of forget.
Yeah.
Well, he's got
and hide it.
PTSD.
Yeah.
He's like the Jedi
He was in
purge
the
fucked him
shit.
up.
Yeah.
Now, whenever they
So
sell the toy, they have a name for it because they've always just called it the child.
So I feel like
yeah.
that's going to be a very expensive episode to film. Is going to be if they do some sort of sequence where we're back at the Jedi Temple and it does show, if not who saved him, but just his journey.
Yeah.
If they eventually get to a point where they want to do some sort of episode like that.
Well, here's what I think is going to end up happening. This is going to tie into what you're saying, Trav. So if he goes to the Jedi Temple and taps into the Force and calls out to someone, then I mean, obviously, Mando is going to have to like more or less take the fight to the remainder of the Empire, right? Like that's going to have to happen in order to stop them from continuing to come to him. So, like, the way I kind of see it playing out, and they may throw a curveball and it may be completely different, but the way that I see it playing out is someone will show up, someone will answer the call, and then whenever they do, then he's going to leave the baby there. And then once he does that, then it's going to be him like out doing his thing while the baby's training. While that's happening, you're going to have like these flashback and forward, and like his version of conquering like his you know how Luke had to conquer his fear with Vader and all that stuff whenever Yoda was training with. So I think that we're going to get flashbacks in a way of what happened to that extent, but I think that it's going to be very open ended. And I think that that would be a smart way to do it, where you don't just get like a straight flashback. Here's what happened, and so showed up, and they saved the day, and they pulled the child, And I think that that would be a very clever way to do it. Now,
or if they clearly just did it through his eyes, like we have some sort of crazy first-person perspective of Yoda, like kind of how they slowly slid us into the Mandalorian's actual origins. Like first, you just saw it through his perspective as the bunker was being closed for him while people were getting fucked up on the outside, and then they just sort of peeled that scene back a little more each time, and maybe not go that route, but still keep it within the more obscure avenues. And like it doesn't have to necessarily be the whole episode lingering on that, but just have it where if he's meditating with the Force and he's doing that confrontation, they do it through those perspectives. Like we have quick flashes of him maybe seeing himself at the temple. Maybe if they go that certain step, maybe he could be there with the younglings and he sees Anakin coming in.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts away. Maybe it cuts again and he's with some, pull in some random ass cameo reference, and then he's there with them for a second and then they're gone again. And, just kind of rolls the dice with that, if you will, and kind of give us a small glimpse of his journey up to finally being where he was at the start of the show.
Yeah. And I think that would be a clever and interesting way for them to be able to kind of establish his backstory, and then also, tie in some of those, because these are what's going to happen is these are fan questions, right?
Yeah.
And one more or less what Favreau and the rest of the team over at the Mandalorian's been able to do is answer fan questions in a very interesting and like not typical way, if that makes sense.
And it's for the better, because we clearly know that whatever they've chosen to do and what they've got planned in their big stack of notes, it's going to be something that we're probably going to be really satisfied with. Because this show has not, even like, because I've seen some threads and comments across the internet where it's like they feel like because of Ahsoka Tano, because of some of the Clone War stuff being bled into the show, and with this episode they name dropped Grand Admiral Thrawn, which we'll get to him in a second. They're fearing that the show is slowly going to pull away from being about the Mandalorian specifically, and it's going to lose that lone gunfighter. Just this one
mission following. Mission.
We're just following one guy just cleaning house throughout the galaxy.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's why they're going to pass the child off, man. Like that, wouldn't that be a great way? Like you get as much Mandalorian as you want, and then like he gets status updates, and it can cut back and forth between the two from time to time, this, that, and the other. But like more or less, their relationship and their bond is what's going to kind of what's been fueling the show from the beginning. So it's like, if you put the Mandalorian back on fucking ground level and he's like, look, the only way to stop this crazy shit from happening is if I fucking go after them with everybody that I can find. And like that be his sole mission, is to stop them from coming after the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the kid doesn't need to be there for that, but the kid can also be training while that's happening.
Well, so it would pave the way for
maybe another series.
Yeah, and go for and have this and it would be cool to set up like a moment in the Star Wars timeline where a Mandalorian rounded up what few heroes he could and stop the Empire from bouncing back right out, like as soon as they did, and instead kind of setting up how the First Order is going to be created.
Yeah. Oh, and that would be a great way for them to kind of dovetail off into the end of the series, is where like he has fucking fought the remnants of the Empire for so fucking long, and then like he just realizes that like just because you cut one head off doesn't mean that there's not another one there, you know? Yeah.
Next head might be bigger and badder too.
Yeah, right.
But like you were saying, where they were saying people were afraid it's going to get away from it. Well, that would have to lead into a different show, because you ain't gonna have a show called The Mandalorian without the fucking Mandalorian, you know?
Yeah.
But it could split off into like several shows. They could use this show. Since they know it works and everybody likes it, they could just split it off into.
Well, it would be great if that's where Thrawn comes in. He could be the multi-show villain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To keep it lightly with this character, he's before Disney bought Star Wars, and when Star Wars was kind of on its dry spell, this character brought it back into popularity, and so in the not at least in the book medium, but it introduces Thrawn, and he's essentially the first. He was the sequel trilogy bad guy. I apologize for my dog.
He liked the show too.
But he managed to his character is essentially one of the commanders in the Empire, and when Palpatine dies, he seizes control essentially of all of them.
Right. So yeah, that would be a great big bad. I mean, dude, it's an expert game of chess that they're playing, where they're lining all the pieces up, and we're just here, you know, because they know they're 2 steps ahead of us. You know what I'm saying?
And they got us.
Yeah, and they got us in the palm of their hand. So this is going to be, because you've got all these different like plots going on. You've got the Mandalorians, you know, taking their homeworld back. You've got Gustavo wanting the child.
Yep.
You've got
and they're
going to the Jedi.
Fucking Yodas.
Yeah, you've got the Jedi Temple with the child. You've got all this other shit going on, and it's just like they could, based off of what's been introduced in this season alone, they could get 3 more seasons out of it, because each little plot thing is its own season to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're doing it the right way, where it's like he's going to keep bouncing around the galaxy doing whatever he does, and then he's going to have to show up and show out, you know?
And she did a great job.
Dude, I haven't watched any of the animated stuff.
I've seen the character and seen clips.
Yeah.
But
she melted away.
The way she looked, and
it
was great, dude.
It
didn't look cheesy.
What was really cool? Well, what was really cool is that, like, you know, at this point in the story, because Ahsoka is a character that is she survived Order 66. She made it all the way through the original trilogy in exile.
She's a badass.
And so it's really cool seeing what she becomes.
Yeah.
Because she's the character aimed more for the children in Clone Wars. Although I still can't stress enough that Clone Wars is just as up on par with Mandalorian and the movies in terms of narrative and the writing and everything. Like it's absolutely family friendly, but it's still just as violent in terms of how they fight. And just their depiction of the Clone Wars. I mean,
that was Dave Filoni, right? Wasn't he real?
It's a, yep.
Well, you know, he created Baby Yoda,
and it was it's a bit of a meme that people consider Clone Wars a kid show, which I wrote it off as well. I'm definitely a late bloomer with Clone Wars. But it's definitely good. It's worth watching to have that chunk of lore amongst the movies and stuff.
Right.
I like whenever Ahsoka was talking to Grogu. You know, they were sitting there communicating around the campfire.
Yeah.
And then she looks over at Mando and smiles at him, because she's like, all right, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
You know, he told her, he's like, he's fucking, He's been
one of
protecting the shit out of me, dude. Like, I
yeah.
have put this motherfucker through hell.
Yeah, he's hit me with the revives.
Yeah.
You know, he's buying me back.
That was cool.
How awesome was it for me personally? Michael Biehn. I haven't seen this dude since Planet Terror, right?
Damn.
Right.
And I love this guy. He was fucking amazing in Terminator. He's fucking amazing in Aliens. Everything this dude's ever been in. And of course, you know, he's like a B star. And I always felt like he had the chops to be a fucking A-lister, dude. And it's like, I'm so happy that like they pulled him into the show. I was like, this fucking, because whenever I first saw him, I'm like, that's not who I think it is. And then sure as shit, like,
Oh yeah, yeah. Damn,
like,
I didn't even recognize him.
yeah, it's crazy, right? And I'm happy. I'm just very happy that like, and maybe he'll get more work off this. Cause dude, in my heart of hearts, there exists the Neil Blomkamp Alien sequel that we all deserve. And it's never going to go away until one of those people dies, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the whole Tarantino, you know, Vega Brothers story. That story's not going to die until Tarantino dies. I'm always going to hold out.
Well, now we might get the book.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe he'll get more off this, dude, because I always loved him as an actor. And it sucks that he kind of got pigeonholed as this B-movie actor, but I always felt like he could hold his own with any of the greats. So
Dude, that standoff they had
was fucking amazing.
And he was like he was like, look, man, you know, we could both come out on top here. I mean,
yeah.
Well, what was badass is you had, what was cool is we had two separate standoffs going on simultaneously, where we had Mando and Michael Biehn talking, and theirs was a classic old West.
Yeah.
Hashing it out, talking shit in double speak, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
and then on the other side, of the wall, because fucking Star Wars, we had probably the closest thing to a samurai fight.
Yeah.
Oh man, I like the way that whenever that, you know, she'd hit something with that staff or something, it would just, you could hear the damn metal clink.
For such a limited set, because there was only 4 shots in this show total, like 4 set locations. For such a limited set, this show, the lighting in this episode was fucking
it looked great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like when they were going out into the trees.
Yeah.
Dude, like Ahsoka's action sequence at the beginning where she's ghosting off all those guards. I want Jon Favreau to do a full-on movie.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I think we all came to that agreement by the end of season 1. But this episode particularly cemented that for me. I want a Favreau produced film at least.
Yeah. And it's, dude, I love the way that they're able to capture each planet that they go to. You actually, you actually feel like you're visiting a different planet.
Not just the same set flipped around.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they've been knocking it out of the park with this stuff, man. And Star Wars is back. Star Wars never went away for me, you know. But Star Wars it's back in full force, and I'm ready, man. Whatever they got to offer us.
The Star Wars that we're familiar with in terms of tone and scope.
The Star Wars that we always wanted.
It is like a diamond for like with the Mandalorian.
I want more shows.
Yeah,
I like the shows.
I think for all the concern that this episode brought, and as far as its direction, I think that's losing sight of the fact that this show is in good hands. And it's gonna deliver.
Well, you know, they'll break that off into something else, and Ahsoka may show up in that later, and then Mandalorian could even show up there for a split second. Like they can.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy is in this episode when they bring up and acknowledge Thrawn, it was more than just a name drop, in my opinion. I think we now know the leader of the other side. We know that the New Republic is in that same sector of space. If the magistrate who works for Thrawn is there, then we can assume that Thrawn is lurking around nearby in that particular part of space as well.
Well, that's got to be who Gustavo reports to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's his boss.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
And we could, and I guess it would be safe to assume that most of the Moffs that we will, because you know Gideon's not the only one, so there'll be several others. We're to assume that he's going to always serve that guy.
Yeah.
That's like his general.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that boss fight.
That's going to be the moments where if we're gonna steal the narrative aspect of like the dark side from Star Wars, as far as like how the apprentice and the master talk to one another in the Sith, and we apply that rule of two to like the Empire and shit. Every time these people talk to them, it's like Vader talking to the Emperor.
Yeah.
And now Mando has a weapon that can go up against that fucking damn samurai saber.
Well, and it's good to know that like his armor not only protects him from blaster, but you know what I mean? Like it's a fucking all-purpose fucking anti-Jedi fucking armor.
Well, like now I know why every time
he
goes somewhere, people want it. They like try to get it.
Yeah.
Because at first I'm like, it's just some hard to get shit. Like it's like
it stops blasters and lightsabers.
He's unstoppable, and now he's got this fucking that thing's cool, dude.
The spear.
Yeah,
dude. Whenever she's
it's gonna be crazy if he takes that spear, and straight chucks that bitch at an engine in a ship, like while he's jetpacking.
Yeah.
And fucking one shots a TIE fighter out of the damn sky.
I love the sound it makes.
Yeah.
They nailed that. I'm excited for some more.
Yeah, and we only get a couple more episodes this season, guys.
Yeah.
So I saw an article where the next episode that comes out this Friday is going to be the shortest episode so far.
Right.
So, bit of a bummer, but
yeah,
that can only mean one or two things. It's going to be completely action packed all the way through, and that's all you need to see this week. Or it's going to build up so that the finale will have a good runtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, chapter 15. Oh yeah, we get 3 more.
Yeah. 3 more weeks
by December the 18th.
Yeah.
If they shave off 10 minutes of this episode and the next episode, so that the finale can be like 40 to almost an hour.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with that.
But even with I think the last one was a little closer to 40 minutes, right?
Oh yeah,
it still goes by so fast, man. Like as soon as you start it, it's like, damn, it's already over.
Yeah,
because like you're used to watching Star Wars movies that are like 2.5, almost 3 hours, and it's like when it's over, it's like, man, I can't. This will be a great show to binge watch.
Yeah,
Mandalorian gives you so much but so little at the same time. It's really weird.
Just enough to keep you coming back, man. Keep that Disney subscription.
Yeah. And here's one thing I do want to note. There's the next episode's going to be the shortest, and we've had some episodes that have been like over an hour long and stuff. Like, I'm glad that we don't live in that
where
Netflix
it's gotta
world.
Yeah,
where
it's gotta be 45 minutes every time.
Yeah, or it's got to be an hour, or it's got to be this, or it's got to be that. Like, I'm glad
I agree.
They get in and they get out.
Well, they tell what they need to tell in that episode.
Yeah.
And the fans are satisfied with it because you're not over or under explaining anything. They've got you in the palm of their hand.
Not dragging it out.
Yeah, cradling the balls, stroking the shaft.
Swallowing the gravy, dude.
Yeah. And I'm glad. I mean, if they want to do an episode that's an hour and a half long, and some of the other episodes in that season were, I don't know, 30 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever, like, I'm fine.
As long as they got the stuff to fill it.
Yeah. Tell the story and chop it up the way that you need to chop it up in order to make it fit and to make it make sense. And just roll with it. Like, fucking hats off to them. Because when you watch a Netflix show, sometimes you're like, damn, we don't need to see this shit.
Yeah, it's either 30 minutes or an hour.
Yeah.
And
we don't need to see this.
I
We
think
don't
this
need
is
to
the first show like that, right? Where they just, it's almost like a, like a something you'd see like on YouTube or something, like a series someone did where
Yeah.
they just upload what they had. Like, this is what we have for this episode. It's it's 15 minutes. It's
Yeah.
30. It's just enough to tell. There's no chuffa, dude.
No.
No chuffa.
All fucking business.
Season 3 has already been added to the IMDb, so
yeah.
We know we're gonna. I see them doing a good like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I
If
think we'll
not
get 4
more,
or 5 out
but
of
I
it.
would
And
think
you know
5
what?
would be the sweet spot.
And you know what? Random listener who works for fucking Disney, get us a goddamn box set for these fucking seasons already, please.
I think
for
I
real.
think they'll put them out. They may wait for it to finish.
I would day
release it
one
as
by
a-
season. Like, there's hardly any. There's no TV show right off the bat that I could name that I would be there on release
In
day
line.
to get a.
Here's $150 for the complete. Just think though, whenever the show's finished, because they could do that thing where here's one season, here's the next season, or
Even
whenever
even
it's
a
finished,
short,
they
even a
drop a
short of-
box set with the helmet.
Oh,
my
The
God.
helmet,
don't
dude.
tease me.
I mean, dude, they're fucking up if they don't do that.
Yeah.
They're fucking up.
I mean, but with that being said, I would gladly pay $30 to $40 for just season 1 on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I think the reason
Same.
they don't, they're trying to get all they can get out of the streaming service. They want people to watch it there.
I think it's weird that they won't do it, because if there's a market or franchise that is absolutely collector based with people who appreciate the genuine article, they'll buy it. I would buy it.
I see
don't
them
know of
doing it when
anyone
it's
who-
over, man. Disney, they're about those box sets.
Yeah.
Like,
I hope that's the rabbit in their hat.
yeah, dude, you get a little
because
helmet, and you open the helmet, and it's
I
got all
would-
the disc in it.
If the show remains of quality and it sees it to a proper ending, I'd gladly buy the whole. I would bust out the cash for a box set for sure.
I think
Yeah.
after season 1, they know they got a winner. Because, the response was like everything they want it to be.
Yeah.
So I don't see them coming in and fucking the show up.
No.
It's like, you guys got it, go.
Yeah. Run.
I mean, John Favreau's
Run.
over here like, do y'all remember when I kicked off the whole Avenger thing? I mean,
Yeah.
well, I ain't fucking around, dude.
Like
Don't
the
forget
man-
about your boy.
I mean, he would.
Like
I see him leaving. If they tried to come in and fuck with the show, I bet he'd be like, I'll walk.
And
Because
see,
I'm not going to
the
take the
Mandal-
blame for this shit.
The show's cut from the cloth, like kind of what we were talking about with Bad Santa earlier, man. Like, they don't make stuff like they used to. The Mandalorian could have debuted decades ago and it would still hold up.
Yeah.
Granted, it probably wouldn't have had some of the smaller benefits of CGI, which the show doesn't have a whole lot of.
Yeah.
With that aside, though, this show could have came out then and still been just as good. The writing feels from that era, while still being, it's just the feel of it, man. Like
Well,
it.
Somebody that cares.
Well,
Yeah.
because it would have been. Imagine how great it would have been years ago. You're watching the original, like our generation's watching the original trilogy for the first time, so we're watching all 3 at once. And once it's done, we go back to the video store, and it's like the fucking Mandalorian.
Yeah, well,
And you
the
watch it,
Star Wars?
and you're like, the story's continuing.
Yeah.
Holy
There's
shit!
a baby Yoda.
Like, we haven't seen Luke and all those guys yet, but goddamn it, like the story's going. Like, this is what I wish would have came out so long ago. Like, almost, I would dare say before the prequels, dude.
Yeah.
Had to wait for the right time, for the right hands.
I mean, it probably would have been a different main character. It would have been different in weird ways, but just the idea of like just picking up from Jedi, man, and going forward.
Well, there's no
instead
way.
Instead of being like, well, let's start filling in random ass parts of the timeline.
There's no way Favreau gets his hands on anything like this pre-Iron Man.
Yeah, right.
He had to prove himself, and look what he kicked off. It's weird that guy, Swingers, Jon Favreau, kicked that off. Like, that whole Avenger, I mean, it started with that. And that y'all know that fucking first Iron Man movie was fucking bomb as fuck. Like, when that shit came out, it was like, this is fucking an Iron Man movie right here, baby. So now he's like, you know, they let him come in and do what he wants to do. He brought Dave in. I want that. You remember years ago, Griffin, you were talking about we were watching Game of Thrones was still on, and this was, you know, before, you know, things kind of went where they went, but you were talking about that Star Wars show. This was before Disney bought Star Wars, I think.
Yeah, it was.
You were talking about that, like, Knights of the Old Republic show. That's kind of got that Game of Thrones vibe where, you know, you got them coming together and having these conversations, and I was like, I'm all over that.
Yeah.
I still want to see that shit. And, you know, that would be a great show. Just think about the scenery, you know, when they come together, you know, you got all these people meeting and they're having these talks and, you know, learning some new shit coming to light. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. They're going to make more shows. They got to keep that streaming service going, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you put a movie on there, people watch the movie, that's it. You got a show that runs for a month and a half. You know, a couple of shows. You drag it out, man. You keep them around for that subscription. Like, everybody wins. But yeah, I can't wait for the season finale.
Yeah, I'm ready for it, man.
We're going. I'm hoping. What is his name? Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
That fucking. Are we gonna get a fight? I mean, something in this season they got to clash again. Something's got to come together with him. There's gonna be some kind of clash, and he's got his new weapon, and
he's gonna be able to fight it off.
He's gonna be able to fight him.
Yeah,
I need to be able to kill him.
One of the predictions that I kind of was toying with is the idea that, like, they're gonna fight. This fight's gonna spiral out of control to being a Empire versus New Republic fight.
Mm-hmm.
New Republic's gonna beat them, drive them off, for whatever reason, and then Moff Gideon's gonna answer the Thrawn, and that's gonna be our little one shot with him. Yeah,
where he's like, "I failed you. I'm sorry. We'll do better next time."
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Or something as simple as you just see Thrawn's face, and Gideon shows up to him on hologram, and he's just like, "We're gonna need a little more people," and Thrawn's like, "I'm on my way."
Yeah, I picture him doing the hologram. You know, they don't give you too much, just a taste, man. Where you're like, "Oh, can't wait for season 3."
Yeah.
But
either way, however we get to wherever we're going with this, I'm
I got faith
down.
in them.
Yeah, I'm
They're
game,
doing it
dude.
right.
Yeah. Y'all want to hit some movie news real quick? We got a little bit.
All right, little titty bits.
Got a little titty bit. So Trav dropped this in. Godzilla vs. Kong reportedly skipping theaters for streaming premiere.
Ooh,
so
happening
so
again.
we went full circle really quickly, because I remember us.
Well, last week we were talking about Wonder Woman.
We've been discussing the advent of AAA films going straight to streaming.
Yeah,
it's been a huge topic this year.
It appears that
it's
Hollywood
happening,
is
dude.
Quietly accepting this defeat.
They're seeing how much money can be. Well, they got pushed into it, and it paid off.
Yeah.
So where's it going?
Well,
is that HBO Max?
It says here that according to a report from the Hollywood Reporter, Netflix has made an offer of over $200 million for the forthcoming Legendary Pictures monster flick. Though Warner Media has blocked the deal and is said to be preparing an offer of its own to potentially bring the film to HBO Max.
So streaming is fighting over it, right?
$200 million ain't enough.
Yeah. Despite the report, a Warner Bros. Spokesperson maintained that the plan is still to release Godzilla vs. Kong in theaters in 2021. Says Godzilla vs. Kong has had a bit of a rough road. The film was first announced back on October the 2015th when Legendary announced plans for a shared Godzilla King Kong universe, and principal photography on the film began in November of 2018. The film was intended to be released in theaters in May of 2020, but in addition to various production delays, was also pushed back due to COVID-19 before landing a November the 20th, 2020 release date. That was then scrapped for May the 21st, 2021, which is the release date that the Warner Brothers spokesperson is indicating for planned release.
And granted, no trailer for this film has made its way online whatsoever. So this movie's been in the books for a while now.
Yeah. Says as for other upcoming,
that's interesting to point out. I think.
Yeah. Says Godzilla vs. Kong is still officially slated for release in theaters on May the 21st, 2021. So here's what I think that this movie is going to make 80% of its revenue in foreign markets.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
So
big time.
My thing is if you can release it in foreign markets theatrically,
that's what they
and then release it in the US streaming, because us and other like-minded fans are going to seek it out regardless of if it's in theater or not. But if you want to make that money back that you spent on the film, it's going to make at least 500 million, if not more, in China and Japan alone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and Asian countries, dude, they say, especially these, it's fucking Godzilla, dude. But, they said that's a huge market that, we didn't, that's why, like, you see these movies where they go in and, like, make special cuts. They've changed the movies that we see.
Yeah.
Just to be released over there because, or the trailers are different, or because they say that's such a huge market.
Yeah.
I mean, they make a ton of fucking money over there.
So why can't we have our cake and eat it too, man?
We can.
I mean, if you want to release it theatrically, then go ahead, because May 21st, 2021, who fucking knows what's going to happen at that point? But we do know that Netflix and HBO and all this other stuff's going to be there. So why not gear it up for a U.S. streaming debut, release it internationally like they did with, a lot of other films released internationally during the pandemic and made money. So, yeah. Didn't the Monster Hunter film release theatrically over there already?
I believe so. Oh, and that's going to be huge. Like,
yeah, so
any kind of kaiju flick is they're already like, look, we'll make our money overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything here is just icing on the cake. And they're like, dude, what's happening here at home, the US of A, people are getting used to this not going out thing.
Yep.
Just getting used to it. And being like, well, I kind of want to watch it at home. I mean, you did it with these other movies. Why can't you just do it with this one?
Yeah.
And it's happening, dude. Like you said, like last week, we were talking about Wonder Woman. It's going straight to it, dude.
Yeah.
Coming to America, straight to Amazon. Like,
right. So why not,
They'll do it.
Yeah.
Mulan was the kickoff.
Yeah. Which is, fine with me.
And they did a theatrical release overseas with that. They released it. There was some backlash over there, but it's like, hey, it's a movie, We're just making movies here, not documentaries. But yeah, man, that's awesome. You mean to tell me the day that movie's available, I can sit down that night, which I'll probably do, and watch that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sold
and then we'll pod about it. Yeah.
Dude, as soon as that comes out.
Yeah.
Whatever we're watching, even if we've already watched it. Emergency meeting.
Emergency pod meeting?
Yeah.
I can
if
get
it drops on
that.
a Monday.
Well, I mean, this is one of those trilogies that we've managed to be able to document as we've done the pod. You know,
Yeah.
we came
saw
in
that
and
first
brought
Godzilla.
in Godzilla 14,
Yeah.
and then
that Kong movie, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude,
great.
remember when we watched the trailer and we were like, we'll see.
Yeah.
You know?
And yeah, I believe that was one of the first episodes we did where I think we really gushed over a film being a surprise.
So good. They did everything right.
Oh yeah.
So now we're gonna get that, you know. And then didn't we have the other Godzilla?
Yeah, King of the Monsters.
Yeah. So we had that one, which was good.
I love
now
it.
they're bringing them together, dude.
Yeah.
And we've been, dude. There's just something about Kong versus Godzilla that's just, it's
gonna
huge,
be
man.
Amazing, yeah.
And I just feel this because like we know that Godzilla's a good dude. Fuck the city, save the day, man. He's just there, you know.
Misunderstood.
Yeah, he's like, look, I'm here to protect y'all,
bitch.
Also, Kong.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Yeah.
So I think there's gonna be this thing where they come together. They might have a little rustle, but it's like, wait a minute, we gotta put our shit aside.
Yeah.
And we gotta fight these motherfuckers.
We'll handle this later. Yeah. Yeah.
I see that happening.
Yeah.
I don't want to see. You already know Godzilla ain't gonna die.
No.
But I don't want to see King Kong die either, man. Because
no,
I'll spark my heart for him. You know?
Right.
I'm gonna play it on my heart, my soft heart.
Well, I do have some news that Travis is going to be happy about.
What you got?
So,
really?
In a potentially game-changing legal ruling.
What?
This is a legal ruling, dude. Clive Barker is set to regain the rights to Hellraiser. Barker, who directed the 1987 horror classic, has been in a legal battle to regain the rights to his work, not unlike what has been going on with Friday the 13th for several years now. The difference is...
damn right.
The difference is Barker has prevailed and is now set to be in control of the future of the franchise, at least in the U.S. According to the new report, Clive Barker has successfully leveraged copyright law to recapture the American rights to the franchise. Barker's attorney filed papers in California federal court that confirm a settlement with Park Avenue Entertainment. They are the production company that is currently in possession of the rights to the original Hellraiser. Those rights will now revert to Barker on December the 19th of 2021.
Save your baby, Clive. Save your baby.
Is that the Is that the end of the article?
Well, it says it is important to note that this only extends to the original Hellraiser. The sequels, which have been produced for years and as recently as 2018, are not owned by Clive Barker, but any future projects will now need to have Clive Barker on board. That could, and we stress could, complicate matters for the upcoming movie reboot, which is set to be directed by David Bruckner. Meanwhile, HBO is working on a TV series based on Pinhead and the Cenobites, with David Gordon Green on board to direct. In that case, Barker has boarded as an executive producer, meaning it will surely go ahead as planned.
Well, you know what's awesome about that is that never really works out, where someone's able to come in and like get their shit back.
Yeah, I know.
That's hard. I mean, because most time, you know, you sign away. He signed his soul away, dude.
Yeah.
When he signed those papers, and he got his shit back. So now he's on board. He's like, look, man, I fucking created this shit.
Yeah.
Let me get a little bit of say.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried about the sequels and stuff. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but so from here on out, like with the show or whatever else, like he's got to be involved, right?
Well, and now if there is if they do a reboot,
there's gonna be a reboot,
and it has to have his blessing. I hope it's the best that it can be, and I feel like with him behind it now, it will be at least the best new vision for it.
Well, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time to. I mean, we rebooted every fucking thing else. You know, when's gonna be Hellraiser's time?
Well, I mean, interdimensional shit is now the mainstream. I mean, look
Yeah.
at Rick and Morty. Look at shows like The Big Bang Theory,
Dude,
stuff like that. And I know I'm saying some really off the wall comedy stuff, but I'm saying that comedy's introduced a lot of concepts to people that wouldn't even think to look it up.
well, check
Yeah.
this out.
And with that said, doing something interdimensionally horror driven as Hellraiser, I think it is absolutely time for it.
Hellraiser dropped 1987. This shit came out 33 years ago.
Yep.
It's time.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think it's time for movies to loop back around because, I mean, hell, there were portals to hell being open left and right through the 80s.
Yeah.
And then it just dropped off in a way.
Right.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited that he's involved. Good for him, dude.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
glad that he got his stuff back.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Because even though Book of Blood was okay, the Hulu movie, I believe it was Hulu. I could be wrong. But
yeah, that's right.
I watched it. I enjoyed it. It still was not 100%.
Well, you were just happy to get some more Hellraiser, like.
But
you know?
but I want some more. I want some new stories with Pinhead.
Shit, man.
And the thing with Clive Barker being behind it is it's a chance that we could get some fresh ideas from him.
Well, he's had 33 years to.
I mean, he's claimed to be done. The last time that I took a deep dive on Barker, especially with Hellraiser, was back when he finally released the Scarlet Gospels, and he claimed that was his be all end all say on Pinhead.
Oh,
but I hope that maybe that could still be what it is in book form, but maybe he can go on visually and tell new stories with him.
Well, here's what I'm going to say about it. So anybody that has an idea for anything related to Hellraiser and Pinhead and the box and all that stuff is going to have to go through him. So the way that I kind of see it is it's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
If he's got original ideas and if he wants to expand on it, then he by all means has the opportunity now to do so. Or if somebody comes to him, a la fucking Danny McBride,
somebody's got a script.
and yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they come to him and they're like, "All right, we've got this. I've got this idea for Hellraiser, and I want to do like a continuation of the original story, and I want to, anything like that.
Read it.
Yeah, and give notes on it. Like, it's kind of the perfect collaboration, kind of like what they did with Halloween. They took it over to Dude. He gave them the blessing. Also, gave a little input on it.
Yeah.
And they made one of the greatest
got
horror
on board,
movies.
didn't he?
Well,
yeah.
And also I think on an acting level, I think it would be nice to give Doug Bradley one more big screen go as
He's
Pinhead.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He's always been Pinhead for a long time. I know they've been doing different castings lately. I don't think he quite does Pinhead as much as he used to. I know for a long time him to Pinhead is fucking oh man. Oh my goodness. It's Freddy Krueger is to Robert Englund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's and he can still do it.
It's really hard. It's hard to see anyone be anyone but that character, but Doug Bradley.
Yeah.
Or even if Bradley himself as an actor is not up for the makeup and that bullshit, at least have it to where, bring him in some way. Either have it to where they morph the voice to be Doug Bradley or what.
I think he can do it, man. And I think he will because he's out there doing the circuit. He's doing the cons.
Yeah.
And guess what didn't happen this year?
It would be amazing if he could do. It would be great if he could do one more run as Pinhead.
Kind of like how
and have a wide release for it.
Or if they could do it like that new Candyman movie. I don't think the original Candyman is going to be it. Like he's in it. You heard his voice in the trailer.
You see he's also the reflection of the character in the van when he walks by it. It's a blink and you miss
that's a cool
moment.
But like when you look at Doug Bradley, dude, I mean he's older, but with prosthetics and painting him up like powder, he can do it. He can still play the character.
Yeah.
Man,
So
he is like that's an
Because
iconic
just
character
the
there,
way,
dude. That's
just the way they always did his voice for Pinhead. I mean, it's like he's one of those characters that he has an iconic like
yeah,
tone of
kind of like Freddy
talking.
Krueger.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm gonna go to general this, but I will say this. Here's the only thing that's different, dude. Oh, what the fuck? This motherfucker's ears, dude. They
the
didn't
Doug
stop
Bradley.
growing. Check that out, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, there's no reason why he can't play the character again.
Well, he's even more intimidating
Yeah,
looking
the
now that
old
he's
dude,
older.
and then just think about the voice aged,
Yeah.
and then 33 years have passed. Just
Oh,
him as an
dude, and
actor, how much better he's probably gotten.
imagine him giving a monologue about how long he spent in hell and how his plan to get out is going to work because of whatever this movie's plot's got him doing. Like, it would be badass, you know?
Yeah.
Those ears, though, man, that head's about to take off. You know what I'm saying? Damn, those ears are big. But
He's
I mean,
about
he
to
can still
ask
do
if-
it. There's no
he's
reason
about to
why he
ask
can't
if,
play that character.
He's sitting in that picture like he's about to ask Harry if he's got his key.
Well, like, dude, here's the thing: Pinhead's not some pretty boy.
No,
it ain't fucking.
he's a fucking hell priest. You know,
dude. I think he would do it even better now.
Yeah.
Having age, got the jowls.
Yeah, I agree.
Let him get one more. Shit, let him get 3 more. Oh, I see where on the site where they say that. That's awesome that he got that back, dude.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, dude.
That's rough.
But I do got one more tidbit here. So we watched the New Mutants, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We reviewed it finally after years.
Staying with Suicide Squad?
No.
I need to add something to this as well, as I'm glad you brought up the New Mutants.
The New Mutants quietly becomes a sleeper hit on streaming. It says New Mutants is getting a second shot at life on streaming. The Marvel Comics adaptation, which has been delayed for years, finally made its way to theaters in August. It was released at a widely uncertain time, and unfortunately for Disney, the movie failed to deliver at the box office. However, now that people can watch it from the comfort of their homes, the movie is taking in quite a bit of revenue as it topped the charts recently on 2 of the biggest digital retailers. Over the most recent weekend, the New Mutants topped the charts on both Fandango Now and Vudu. This wasn't just in terms of rentals, it was in terms of revenue. The movie is available to rent for $5.99 or purchase for $19.99 digitally. Other movies such as Milan and Come Play are set at a premium VOD rental price of $19.99. Yet it was the horror-themed X-Men spinoff that managed to best the competition on both platforms. The big question now is how long can the movie manage to stay on top, and will that be enough to turn it into a financial success?
Sounds like they were wrong.
Yeah.
You can't blame this year for like theater numbers.
No.
But it's
No,
nice.
not at
And
all.
then here's what probably helped it. $5.99.
Yeah. Forget about
$5.99.
it.
Let's go.
For a horror comic film?
Yeah.
I just want to add something too. I know when we actually did the review for the new, we brought up that it had, it was created by Claremont, and we acknowledged for the most part a lot of the aspects of it. But I feel like we severely downplayed just how important of a writer Claremont was, and how I mean, dude, X-Men and New Mutants were his creation. Obviously not his creation, but New Mutants were. But when he took over X-Men, just how much of a game changer that guy was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, I enjoyed the hell out of the movie.
Little asterisk addendum. I felt like I know I did. I felt like we casually downplayed the importance of Claremont's role in X-Men. So, for document's sake,
But yeah, man, I'm happy that that New Mutants is finding a second home, and I always figured that it would, since it's been such a damn clusterfuck to begin with. And I think
Yeah.
that it will continue. It'll be that little oddity that people will talk about. Certain people will talk about years to come, and it'll be what it'll be.
Well,
So,
I think it might take a little longer, even though it came from the same decade in a way. But it's gonna eventually find its audience, kind of like how there's probably people right now that forsake the MCU, but they stand by the Sam Raimi Spider-Man like it's gospel.
yeah. Yep.
Did y'all see this week where the dude in the Vader suit passed away?
Yeah, I saw
Sure
that.
did.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, man.
But what a great, legacy.
Yeah.
He didn't get to do the
I mean,
voice,
quite
which
honestly,
dude, nobody can do the voice like,
he was the he was the embodiment of the physical representation
a big
of
bad
Vader.
motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know that dude
you
was
know,
a
we have-
bodybuilder and all this shit. Like he was some kind of
Well, we-
world class bodybuilder.
Well, we have like he doesn't get as much respect
The man behind
as,
the armor.
say James Earl Jones,
Yeah.
because he's the voice of Vader, but David Prowse was the physical embodiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you can't have one
he
without
was
the other.
able-
Like,
and,
could
to
you
be able-
imagine James Earl Jones in the suit?
Well, to be
Little
able
short, fat dude.
well for even for as old as the Star Wars films, like, and I think this contrasts nicely with Mandalorian, having to act with a mask on,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
be able to pivot your head in positions to convey an
Your
emotion
body acting.
when you can't. Yeah.
And he did it.
I mean, David Prost, he even did it in a way that mixed with James Earl Jones's performance
The
as
voice,
Vader.
man.
Yeah.
They were able. Both actors were able to create the greatest villain in pop culture.
Yeah.
The greatest
And
villain.
so, a villain so popular,
Iconic, dude.
two people had to play him at the same
Yeah.
time.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was too much for one person.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, and it really took it to the next level as far as like he established all of Vader's physical mannerisms.
Mhm.
his nuances.
Which is something that you don't think about, but
Like, think of how many times in your life you gave a pet or just joking with a loved one, and you gave them the force grip.
Yeah.
I find your lack of faith disturbing. You just goofing off and stuff. Imagine and remember, doing it as a kid, trying to control the force. Most of the time, people got their mannerisms from Vader.
Him just
Yeah.
standing there, dude, towering over people.
yeah.
That's
But
what a
a great character to have under your
Oh,
belt as
man.
an actor.
And I don't know what else he went on to do, but that had to be like, what was great about that role was that dude probably milked that since 77. He's been signing pictures at cons since the 70s,
Yeah.
taking pictures with people, and probably made more money doing that than he did off the movie.
Yeah, for
I
real,
mean,
right? Yeah.
But I saw that this week, and I was just like, that's a bummer. And I can't remember like how old he was, or let's see, let me try to pull him up.
Well, remember,
He was born in
Well,
35.
just
He'd been in the
think
70s.
about it. Think about it, man. When the first Star Wars is being cast, and David Prowse comes in, and they're like, we need somebody to play Vader. And they probably, told him what the character was and everything. And he was like, because everyone on board clearly had faith in the movie. So he was obviously like, hell yeah, let's do it. But, even with all the various interviews with George Lucas, people didn't expect Star Wars to be what it was.
No,
Yeah.
dude. What was it? Han
And so-
Solo, they thought he was like, ain't nobody going to watch this shit.
And so, having being the main villain of a movie that already kind of has an underdog thing going, at least on a production level.
Yeah.
And to see that movie take off and you be one of the people to, you know, your contribution being what held it, like you, the one, like you being the character on screen the whole time, and it comes with that, like, damn it, I don't get to have the FaceTime or the voice, but
so a lot of people didn't even know it was him.
Yeah, so
you know,
but
that dude could go to the store and buy shit. Nobody fucked with him, like.
But it had to be the best of both worlds.
But he was big in the UK.
You're like, I'm
he did
Darth
TV
fucking
there.
Vader.
Everybody knew who he was. He was some kind of, like, you know, bodybuilder, weightlifter. Like, he was huge there. He was big on TV. You know, that's where they shot the movie, so they brought him in. And I never knew this, but Vader was 6'6". And I think they even added a little lift on the boots to make him a little taller.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and think about it. You not only have one towering actor, but you also have Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Which is like the same, if not a little bit taller than, you know. So it's like, not
imagine
only
those two guys having coffee on set before they get in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Was the guy that played Chewbacca, 'cause he died, was it this year? Did he pass away this year?
I believe it was, if it wasn't
the
early
end of
this
last year,
it was late last year. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but that's
over half.
It was
half the original star power of Star Wars is sadly leaving us.
Chewbacca was 7'5".
Damn.
Let that soak in.
Yeah.
So we've lost Fisher, all right. So we've lost Leia, we've lost Vader, and we've lost Chewie.
Yeah.
Peter Mayhew. He passed away April.
And we lost Tarkin. I mean, Grand Moff Tarkin. He was.
They
we lost him several years ago. Peter Cushing's been dead, I know, but.
I was thinking about when we were talking about this, about the, you know, all these people, and they went on to do this stuff. Now I know that Carrie Fisher had a pretty good career, but when you look at a breakout role from Star Wars, Harrison Ford, dude.
I know, right?
He wasn't he there to, like, paint sets? He was like a set painter or something. He wasn't even an actor.
He was doing work at George Lucas's house,
right?
I think, right?
And wasn't he in that? What's that fucking movie he had before, the car?
American Graffiti.
Wasn't he in that? Was he in that? Maybe a small role. I don't know, but like, he came in and like he was just like, what a breakout role. Which I get it. I mean, dude, Han Solo was the shit. Like, who didn't like Han Solo?
If you didn't like him, then you're a fucking terrorist.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dude. If you don't like Han Solo, then you're a fucking threat to the country.
Wikipedia is begging for money again.
I know.
You see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We ask you humbly, don't scroll away.
Yeah,
donate $2.75. Yeah, you'll be all right.
Give me VIP access to something.
Well, you know you can go in there and edit shit.
Yeah,
you actually go in there and change stuff on Wikipedia, which is.
You want me to tell you what we did in school?
Make your own Wikipedia?
We made our own Wikipedia.
Did you? You got a Wikipedia?
No.
Oh.
It's been deleted. Everybody in computer class used the Wikipedia to chat with one another. This is no bullshit, dude.
There's a chat function?
No. You just update the post.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Y'all had a Wikipedia page and you go in there and type something?
And then update the
people would reply. And, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's some fucking wind talker shit right there, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's some Morse code, dude.
It got deleted because it wasn't like valid information.
Yeah, it wasn't a real page.
It was a bunch of fucking 8th graders. Yeah. Jerk off.
Yeah.
You know.
I want to play some COD.
We were like set in either 7th or 8th grade. So this was before.
My bad. Y'all want to play some what's the one?
7? Yeah.
I was gonna say Halo, but
yeah, Halo is about that.
Yeah, close to it. Nice, yeah. It's like, y'all heard that new Halo's coming out. Y'all gonna get that Xbox?
Yeah, they're like, fucking from what money? You
know?
my mom was gonna beat my ass and then fucking
I'm
sell.
gonna have to sell a kidney.
Yeah,
I might have to sell
right.
both of them.
Yeah. But nah, I'm ready for trailers,
Yeah,
man.
I don't see any more movie news. That we've covered everything.
Yeah. Good movie news though.
A trailer here. Did you
Yeah.
post this? We might find this interesting, so I'll drop it in here. Don't have it.
Let me see.
Oh, it ain't there. I'll put this in here.
All right. I'll pull her up.
I'll put that at the bottom. Something I saw on one of the sites. I saw some. We'll talk about that later.
Look at them shine. All right.
Hang on, I got my trailer machine up.
I don't even know how to pronounce this word.
What word?
That first trailer.
Jeff.
Yeah. Jeff, how do you pronounce this? Actually,
Not a
the
word.
the M is silent. It's like, what? Words, how do they work?
Dude, either they spelled it wrong or they just made a new word up.
No, that's how it's spelled because there's several of those trailers posted
okay.
with the same spelling. Yeah. It's got to be in the trailer, right? But I'm ready. I love Benedict Cumbersnatch, dude.
You didn't call him that. I was gonna call him that.
I mean, you know, dude, have y'all seen the fucking Alan Turing film that he was in?
What was it called?
Oh, God, hold on.
He's a great actor.
It was World War II. He came up with the code breaker. Was it Codebreaker? Was that the name of the film? The Imitation Game.
I've seen that.
How fucking good is that movie, dude?
Oh, dude.
Yeah. It's so sad, but it's so good. I want to do that on the pod.
He's a world-class actor.
Yeah, and he's Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready.
Got my comment.
Your schmoshment?
I like that top comment. Look at that.
Why does Benedict sound like Vin Diesel?
The top comment that I see 9 hours ago, The Mandalorian is getting weird.
Ready.
You ready, Trav?
Yeah, for the top one.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I'm calling it too.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Guessing this is a war movie.
Mm.
Well, that's where we're going. Well, Guantanamo Bay action.
Mauritanian is the name.
Oh, it's one of these movies. Dude, that's what's her name?
Sansa?
Her. Oh, what's her
Jodie
name?
Foster.
Yeah, that's Jodie Foster. She's looking rough, ain't she? That's fucking Safe Room. I mean, it's about time for a Guantanamo movie.
Yeah.
All redacted. Well, she's trying to break them out. Ooh, that voice. Low and slow. He got like an accent? I don't know if y'all remember, little campaign promise 2009.
Yeah.
They were supposed to shut that down. Recognize that dude. But when they got in there, it was like, mm-mm. Maybe he isn't. A little accent, huh?
Yeah. Texas.
You can't handle the truth. Speaking of Pinhead. They'd let you know.
Doesn't look bad though. I like a good little thriller fucking.
Well, you know, we don't know a lot about Guantanamo, so
no.
I just know that's if they send you there, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Were you trying to blow a country up? Is this Jaden Smith? It is.
I mean, that's why I dropped it in here for sure.
Karate Kid.
I want to see what Jaden Smith's chops are like now. This is going to be a romance. I have a feeling.
He ain't no Will Smith.
He ain't the Fresh Prince.
Year in
and West Philadelphia, born and all right.
Yeah.
We'll get a fucking cease and desist. Yeah, right.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, play. I like her. He's in love with her. Oh, he's rapping. Sounds like a comedy. Oh, she's gonna break him out.
She gonna turn him out?
Dude, that's what's his name? Fucking damn, that rap group. Wu-Tang.
RZA?
Yeah. Don't toy with me, Daniel. Oh, she's sick.
Got cancer, man. It's Cuba.
That was Cuba. Cookie. Yeah, she's got. Want to meet your dad? Oh. There's a RZA. You ever heard of Wu-Tang? She gonna die at the end. See? Look, right there. Why did they put that in the trailer?
Yeah.
He falls in love with her. She changes his life because she's like living.
Yeah.
But she ain't got long. And then she dies, man. Now you ain't got to watch it.
Fucking spoiler alert, bro.
It was all in the trailer.
Was it?
What's this? Kevin Smith document.
The last blockbuster. I think this is located in Washington State or Oregon.
I know
somewhere
there's one left. That's
Yeah,
cool that
you
he made a
can
doc about it.
Airbnb it, dude. No shit. The last Blockbuster that's open, you can Airbnb. You can only stay for one night,
How
and you can
cool
watch
would
it.
it be to walk into another Blockbuster, dude? I still got my gold rewards card. It's on the keychain.
Yeah,
Still got it, dude.
I think that we should take a road trip. A road trip.
I did some work for a guy that had he had a lot of real estate and stuff like that, but he owned these movie posters at his house, and I said, "Hey man, these cool movie posters," and he's like, "Yeah, I owned a chain of Blockbusters." And I was like, "Oh, okay," which made sense because earlier he had a Apple TV up, and he was like, "What's this for?" And I was like, "Well, if you want to watch something like Netflix," and he was like, "Fuck Netflix," and I was like, "All right, man, calm down," you know. But I didn't know that they put him out of business, so.
Shit.
Well, I'm ready. Let's dive right in.
3, 2, 1, play. Didn't even know this was coming. Oh, trailer guy.
Oh my god.
Definitely stoned.
Yeah, look at him.
Did Kevin Smith direct it, or is he just in it?
I don't know.
I think he's just in it. Yeah, he's just in it. Look, there's a lot of people in it, though.
Yeah.
Oh. We got to keep it open, man.
Yeah.
See, it's like a museum. Yeah, I'll check that out.
I'm interested to see the backstory as to
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were they thinking while all this was going on? And because I remember, dude, we had a Blockbuster
Movie
subscription,
gallery.
we had a Netflix subscription
Yeah.
at the same time. And the thing about the Blockbuster subscription that was cool was you could take the movies that you got through the mail to the Blockbuster and drop them off. Yeah, instead of sending them back,
Yeah.
and they would let you rent something free.
Yeah,
because
you returned them to the store.
Yeah, yeah. So. But yeah, I'm interested in watching that shit for sure. Hey, if that Alabama
Snake.
Yeah, if that goes good, we might have to throw the Blockbuster doc on there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know,
Absolutely.
Girl with No Mouth.
I definitely have a pool of documentaries that I can pull from to recommend if that becomes a thing.
I love watching documentaries. So
The Cutting Edge is my favorite documentary.
I've watched several good ones recently. Like there's some very good video game based ones out there. Like just the documentary genre. I mean, there's no end to them, you know. So
yeah,
there's a lot of good shit out there.
King Corn, dude, we got to watch that fucked up one about the Catholic Church.
Mm.
A lot of content there.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready. Girl with No Mouth.
Same.
3, 2, 1, play. It's gonna be a hard life for a girl with no mouth, dude.
You ain't getting no fucking blow for sure.
She's got a mouth, dude. That's just a COVID mask. Oh shit. happening? Got that Michael Jackson nose. Oh, okay. I saw a short film. Kind of remind me of that.
Like the Lost Boys. Or what are the kids from Peter Pan? Yeah.
Looks like you got a kid with no ears, a girl with no mouth, a kid with no nose.
I don't know what the fuck I just watched.
Worth watching to find out what the heck she eats. On the comments.
This is true.
Heard it. So we got a mummy film.
Oh.
Rise.
Arise, mommy.
For such a generic name, it better be all encompassing.
It's a British horror film. So that puts it into a whole nother tier.
Well, let's give it a go, gentlemen.
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Hitting it.
Rise of the mummy. Damn. That's a movie mummy. Mummies don't look like that. Got a little amulet. He's coming after it. This is a
That's
comedy.
the sequel to Bubba Hotel. Yeah.
How do you kill something that's already dead?
You bring it back to life.
Oh, shit. He's already there. He's got a knife. You slacking off.
They can't have guns in Britain.
Yeah, right. Boy, it's hard to pull off a mummy movie now.
Yeah, I know, right?
It is hard to pull it off.
So we ain't gonna do that on the pod?
I mean,
I'll pass.
That's a pod nod. By nod, I mean like going to sleep. Like, I tried to watch the movie 6 times. I fell asleep.
Every single time.
They should have went the comedy route with it.
Yeah.
Little fish.
Little fish, little fish.
Let's be it.
All
right.
I'm ready, dude.
You ready, Trav?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. Trailers this weaker.
Yeah.
Trailers. All right, what's happening here?
Jesus.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Everybody's getting amnesia. Wouldn't that be fucked up?
Yeah.
Everybody just starts to forget. Mm-hmm. Old Ben.
Scotland. What's my favorite color?
Isn't it? That would be fucked up, though.
Yeah.
He's got a memory. What if all of it's wrong? Looks serious. Why is he using that as a camera? He forgot how to use his smartphone. I like how it was chaos at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it just switched to your favorite color is yellow. We went to a water park.
What? What time of year? What time of year was it?
A waffle ball?
We played
The
waffle ball.
cleansing hour.
I mean, I had to put a
Look
horror
at that
movie on here.
screenshot.
It's 3 colorless, 2 black. You cast it and you destroy all creatures. It's a board wipe card. It's a really great card.
This guy right here
Anyway.
said that movie's already out on Shudder. Did not disappoint.
I mean, if it's a Shudder film, I mean,
See,
we're
like I
talking
said,
about
it's 2021, but it's already out.
They did distribute Blood Machines. My personal pick of the year. But
You guys
ready
ready?
when y'all are.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1, play. Little exorcism.
Exorcism webcast.
Yeah.
People he's probably streaming it on Twitch.
He might get
He's like, in the
DMCA'd.
power of God, and thanks for the 50 gifted. Oh, wasn't real. But then it's really gonna happen. Watch, it's really gonna happen, and they're gonna be like, "What? Okay, damn." Don't look too bad. Cool idea.
Yeah.
For something that has already been done.
Yeah, it's different.
Like, this is the plot of a Halloween film, if I'm remembering correct.
They were streaming it?
One of the very late ones before the remake started happening.
Yeah. They were in a house. It had a rapper in it, right?
Mm-hmm. It was either Resurrection or H2O. It was a subplot of one of those movies.
I think it was Resurrection.
I think it was Resurrection.
H2O, they were at the college campus.
Yeah. I always remember H2O as the beheading one where she chops his head off, but he did this whole switcheroo.
Yeah, got him.
But I mean, it looks like a decent take on that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still stand by Shudder. I think it's probably decent at best.
Trailer looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For it to be what it was about, yeah, I found myself like, I think I would have sat through a good 90-minute movie.
I dropped this because it had 9 Inch Nails. Had something to do
I
with
wanna fuck you like an animal.
Like a Netflix documentary.
The Killers, 9 Inch Nail, and Natalie LaForcade.
I don't know who that is.
LaForcade. The Killers. You
Oh,
sit there
I
in
know who that is.
your heartache, waiting on some beautiful boy. All right, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. A little music documentary. I guess, are they talking about like songs that just blew up?
Oh.
Were so big? Fucking Bushman. Try to sound like you're in the fucking bush. Oh. When they did Hurt. Damn. I might check it out for that alone right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was big. It was so big Johnny Cash cut it. Wonder what the Killers song is they're talking about.
Mr. Brightside,
Gotta
maybe?
be, dude.
Yeah.
I saw a thing on the Killers one time, like nobody wanted to sign them. They didn't think they had it. But then they did a demo for Mr. Brightside, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
All right. Pull the list up. Got that one in the hole. Next
In the
week,
hole.
Batman.
Yeah.
Batman on Batman. I went over to my grandparents' house on Sunday. I was chilling, and they were like, we watched this movie the other night with Mel Gibson in it. And I said, Fat Man, where he plays Santa Claus? And they were like, yeah, we didn't like it. And I'm like, you didn't like it? Dude, they paid $7.99 to watch it. And I was like, oh, you paid money?
Jesus.
Yeah, it's on Prime Video right now, according to IMDb.
They probably got it through like Direct TV.
Yeah.
How you can rent the movies.
It's holding a solid 6 out of 10 stars.
I mean, dude, I tried to tell them, I was like, well, I saw the trailer. Like, they had no idea. They saw that, they saw the movie and was like, action movie, Mel Gibson. I mean, we saw the trailer.
This movie's got dry humor.
It's got Walton
it,
Goggins in it, dude. There's no way this isn't 100. You know what I mean? It's Mel Gibson playing Santa Claus that gave a kid some shitty presents, and the kid's like sending a hitman after him. It's like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
I'm excited though.
Absolutely.
I am too.
I think it's gonna be a silly goose time.
I'm ready.
We watch Fat Man next week. We follow up with Mandalorian.
Holidays roll.
Yeah.
That's all I got, guys.
That's all I got. I gotta go to bed.
All right. We gotta go to bed.
All right.
Keep it real.